So this is the PhoneSoap Basic UV Sanitizer. And with everything going on in the world today with the pandemic and whatnot, I thought this would make a great gift idea for Christmas. And I actually bought one for myself and two others for gifts for Christmas. So this is built so it will use UV light, UVC light, to sanitize your phone and whatever you put in here. You can put keys in here, you can put jewelry in here. In fact, on the back of the box, it says, quick and effective, safely achieve a 99.99% disinfection in just 10 minutes by using chemical and heat-free UVC light. Now, UVC light would give you a suntan. It's what comes from the sun, and so you want to protect your eyes from it, but this is, I don't know if there's any safety precaution that the light is only on when it's closed. We'll see when we actually operate it. Number two, more than smartphones. As I mentioned, you can put your keys in there, jewelry, headphones, or any non-porous surface like glass, metal, or plastic. And it has a reflective chamber in there. We'll actually take a look at that in a second. I haven't seen it yet, but judging by this, it says our patented inner reflective surface ensures a 360-degree clean for even the hardest to reach areas in smartphones of all sizes. So PhoneSoap.com is the URL for this company. And this is what it looks like. It is a matte black plastic, and it has a lightning bolt in the center there. It sort of has a gemstone cut to it. You have this top surface here, which is a little bit concave, and then you have these sides here, and it does look like a gemstone cut here. This is how thick it is, and it is actually taped closed. We'll look at that in a second. You do have the 4 rubberized feet on the bottom here, and let's open this thing up to see what it looks like on the inside. All right, there we go. Very nicely packaged. You probably saw me have a little bit of difficulty getting into it because the sleeve here was a little bit tight, but no big deal. It has a Let's Get Started guide, and then there's, let's see, you can register the product with this QR code right there. And stop, don't return this to the store. If you have any problems, call them up. And let's see, the disinfection surface of your PhoneSoap Basic is a flexible, proprietary material that allows UVC light to pass through and kill bacteria and viruses on the bottom side of your phone. Do not remove the suspension surface. Okay. I'll show you that in a second. Do not remove the suspension surface, or disinfection results cannot be guaranteed. So I think some of these are double-sided. Let's go back here and see. All right. If you want to leave them a rating, and the Let's Get Started guide. Pretty simple. You're going to use this USB plug to plug it in, and that powers it. And then you place your phone in there and close the lid, and I guess it's going to turn on itself. We'll see. Again, there's this light on the top here, and that does look like it's going to illuminate when it's working. So if we open this again, on the inside you have this silver plastic, and you have what appears to be 2 UV lights, one on the bottom and one on the top. So on the bottom, what they were talking about is it's basically a plastic membrane. So that's going to suspend whatever you put in here above the bottom light and allow the bottom light to shine on the bottom. And then, of course, the top does not have the membrane there. You just have the UV bulb here. Very straightforward product. Now on the side here you have this little rubber flap, and that is to cover the cord hole on the side, on the right hand side here. That way you don't get any UV light bleed, because again, UV light is not good for your eyes. So I think you can plug your phone in while you're using this. So if you wanted to, I don't really know many people, unless you want to be away from your phone. I don't know many people who would probably keep it in here for a long time, but if you wanted to, you could just put your phone in here, run your power cord through the side here, plug it in while you're disinfecting it. So this actually has a magnetic latch to it. You can actually feel it, and it's attracted together. It's not the strongest magnetic latch because you want to be able to open it, but it does give you a seal when you have it closed. The build quality, it is all plastic. It is fairly light. And let's see, here's the power port on the back. You see the hinge here. Again, just a very straightforward product. And let's try it out. I'm anxious to see what this is all about. I actually have a UV sanitizer for my toothbrush, and I've had that for many years. The cord is approximately 3 feet maybe in length. So let's plug it in back here. And I'm going to need to get a USB cord or a USB wall plug. Okay, so the device is plugged in. You can actually see that the light is lit up here. And let's open this up. Okay, so the light was on. So I'm going to assume that you're only going to have this plugged in when you want to use it, because it doesn't appear that there is any switch anywhere. So when I closed it, the light was on, and let's see if we can peek in there and see some UV light. You saw a flash there, that was the UV light. So it's good because, like I said, UV light is really not good for your eyesight. You're fine, don't worry, because it's a wavelength, and that wavelength is not going to be transmitted over the internet. You don't want to look at this with your bare eyes for too long, because you can do damage. So that's why it shuts off immediately when you open it up. So here is my cell phone. I'm going to put it in here. And again, like I said before, you could plug it in during this process if you want. I don't really care to do that. So let's close this down. You see the light on there. And I'm going to time this and see if after 10 minutes it shuts itself off. So as you saw, the light went off, and that was 10 minutes. So let's open this up. And there we go. My phone is sanitized. So again, in these strange times, I think this is a cool gift idea, especially for people who tend to clean their phones. I know some people who will clean their entire phone when they get home. So a couple things to note here. The membrane here, which you could damage. Like if you gouge it, it looks like, I'm not going to try it, but it looks like you could damage this if you gouge it. So be very careful with this. But the phone being in there, I don't think the phone is thick enough to actually, depress this to any degree that it's going to damage it. So to give you an idea of how deep this is, let's measure it. It looks like 1 centimeter, and I would assume this is going to be the same. It looks like it may just be just short of 1 centimeter in depth here. Definitely 1 centimeter in depth here. So you're getting about 19 millimeters in depth. Most phones these days are much thinner than that. But keep that in mind, because you do have this membrane here that it does flex. So that's going to give you more space, but you don't want to continuously put something in there that might damage this membrane. So I wouldn't say I've done an exhaustive search on these UV phone cleaners, but I have looked into other ones. And the one thing that I like about this one is that you do have this chamber that cleans from the bottom and from the top. Some of the chambers, you actually put the phone down and it sits on the base plastic, and the actual UV light is on the sides here, and then of course maybe on the top. Now, unfortunately, the one thing that this is missing is a power switch. Now, of course, you can unplug it from the back, you can unplug it from the wall, you can plug it into a power strip where you can turn it on or off, but I think most people are not going to do that. So what you end up with in this situation is whenever you close this down, when it's plugged in, it's going to turn on. So that means when you extract the phone and you close it again, it's going to turn on for really no apparent reason. So through the magic of editing, I have purchased some USB switches from Amazon. And there's actually 2 cords in here. And that's going to kind of help me add a switch to this to enable me to shut this thing off when I pull my phone out. So let's get one of these cords out here. As you can see, you get 2 in this package. So let's see how long this is here. So it's actually a little bit longer than the cord that you get with it. All you need to do is use the female end on the switch extension, USB extension cord. Put that in there. And now I have probably roughly a 5 or 6 foot length cord that I can use to plug this into the wall. Now the switch here is just pretty basic. Let's try it out. There we go, everything is attached, and I don't know if this is on or off, but we'll be able to tell pretty soon. So if I open this up and then close it again, it shows that it's not going, it's not on. So this must be off. So let's switch this to the on position, and let's try this again. So now you might not be able to tell because it's too bright in here, but that light is on, and we'll be able to see a flash of the UV light if I open it up here. There we go. So it goes on, it's still on, as you can see there. You probably can see it there. Now I'm going to flip the switch here, and it turned it off. So kind of like a little hack, because this device should, by all rights, have some sort of power switch on it, but it doesn't. But for a couple more dollars, I think the packet here was $9, I think. So I did buy these as gifts. So I am going to give this one to one of the people I bought this as a gift for, to enable the switch capabilities here. Even on the box here it says, "Where germs go to die." So that's going to do it for this video. If you have any questions or comments, please post them down below. If you like what you see, please subscribe. And as always, if you want to help out this channel, you can give me a thumbs up. You can share this video on your favorite social media, or you can actually join my Patreon, all of which is greatly appreciated. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.